Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here with a new episode. And this episode will be about Watchtower. What have they done? In the early December this year, only a few weeks ago, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society obtained federal court-approved DMCA subpoenas directed at Google. YouTube is also a part of Google, where we are now, and Cloudflare. And there's a lot of speculation around this. So this video will be educational, not about fear, because we fear nothing. This video is also not legal advice, it's not speculation. I will put the court documents in the description where you can find it. So it's just based on facts, how you know this channel is about. It's just about facts, not emotions. What is a DMCA paragraph 512 subpoena? It's a pre-lawsuit legal tool Watchtower is using. It allows a copyright holder to ask a court for permission to require a service provider like YouTube or Cloudflare to identify the person behind an account or an address. IP addresses also. They have an easy job for me. With my case, they know who is behind this account. They don't have to search for it. It's not a faceless account. IP address, they are able to track for my nothing to hide. Nothing is wrong with that. They also welcome to come here to have a conversation with me. I can arrange that they pick them up from the airport and bring them here, no problem. Everybody is invited from the governing body. I have nothing to hide. But it is a subpoena to identify people behind accounts. And this whole thing, this subpoena, it doesn't decide or someone is guilty. It doesn't decide about copyright infringement, stuff like that, or fair use or free speech. It's all about identity discovery. So that's the game plan, and that's how we know them. So no lawsuit is being filed. No one has lost the case. Criticism is still legal, and it doesn't rule on fair use. So there's also not a judge involved at the moment. No verdict has been issued. No speech has been ruled unlawful or whatever. Why? Because it's pure about identity discovery. But Google or Cloudflare may comply quietly with this. Why? Because often they comply with this subpoena without notifying the users immediately. Because the law allows it to do, they are not asked to judge content, they're only asked to providing identifying data. And this can happen before even the names are requested. So that's the fact. But what is Watchtower actually doing with those subpoenas? What is their game plan? And that's the important part for us, because it is an identity recovery tool. It's not to enforce things, but pure identity recovery, discovery. And it allows Watchtower to identify who is behind an anonymous account. It allows Watchtower to map who is creating or sharing content. And it allows Watchtower to decide internally who they consider a priority. And this is all happening without a lawsuit. They decide who is a priority. I'm a smaller channel. I'm not thinking I'm a priority. But we all know that Watchtower wants to flush out the leaks. Every elder letter, all the videos that even Jehovah's Witnesses don't know about, are in the open. And I think this is about control, because everything about Watchtower is about control. Control the information people get, controlling who is allowed to see certain information. It's controlling the elders' manual, not for the public, only for the elders, but it's on the internet. So I think those subpoenas are about identifying the people who leak certain stuff, and they will go after them because they are a nuisance to the governing body. They are fed up with everything that's going on. And how cool would it be if they are busy identifying those accounts, that one account is linked to one of the governing body's members himself? But that's just me daydreaming now, because that would be the biggest joke of the century if that was true. So lawsuits are expensive, we know that. Maybe public scrutiny you get. It is arguing about what is free speech, what is fair use. So a DMCA subpoena is much cheaper. It happens quietly. It requires no ruling. So it's a strategic choice of the governing body of Watchtower to do it this way. And there are no lawsuits yet. Maybe they will come. But it's about scaring creators away. Maybe people are now deleting content from their YouTube channels. Maybe they are closing down some channels because they get scared. Maybe people are now busy watching what they are saying and doing and are not speaking freely what's on their mind. That's the most dangerous thing for me that is happening. That people stop with educating other people about Watchtower. And we know Watchtower will use any means necessary to scare people away. But I think these subpoenas are targeting anonymous creators, maybe the smaller channels also, but people maybe without legal support, because when they file a lawsuit, people back out of it because they get a lot of money is involved. They can't pay for that lawsuit, and then they say, okay, we quit. I give up. I think that's the game of the governing body. Control, scaring people, and they are chasing their apostate syndrome. Because the only thing that Watchtower is worried about are the apostates on this planet Earth. And they will do everything to shut that down. So everyone who is sharing things from Watchtower, maybe videos, stuff like that, they want to know who is behind it. Maybe they go after smaller and bigger channels, I don't know. But I think it's more about identifying people. And I'm not here to scare anybody. It's just based on facts. So there's nothing wrong with stating facts. Fair use is still in place. Free speech is still in place. So the bigger pattern is control, information control, quiet pressuring the people who are making content. And of course, scared about an open debate. What I said before, they're welcome. I pick them up at the airport. We can have lunch here. We can talk with each other, no problem. But they are always avoiding a good debate. So they are now using administrative tools instead of courtroom arguments. So stay informed. If you are a viewer or creator, stay informed. Take a deep breath. Don't panic at all. Because knowledge is protection. And this is just to educate you guys of what's going on. Not to put fear into you, because we have dealt with too many things to be fearful in our lives now. We have had that whole process, so nothing is gonna stop us now. Nothing is putting some fear in me now anymore, because they have no control over me anymore. That's free. I'm free. That's what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. So share it with other people. Stay calm, stay informed, because clarity about things makes fear goes away. Thank you guys for watching. We see each other on the very next episode.